Hello, everyone. My name is Dara, and we are here to continue in our childhood reread series of Melody Carlson's True Colors series. A quick recap about this series. We are currently on book 5, and each book is related to a color, and each color is of a topic. And each main character is a young girl in high school. At first, the girls used to, like, there was a thread through the plot, but now we've since broken from that, and we are just going through a journey with different girls from different high schools. I did skip the fourth one, Pitch Black, Color Me Lost. That one dealt with suicide, grief, and loss, and I just couldn't, emotionally, it was taxing, and I could not, nor will I finish it. So I just skipped ahead to book 5. In book 5, we are on Burnt Orange, Color Me Wasted. This one deals with drinking. What I will mention briefly about book 4. Book 4, for me, had the best writing by Melody for these girls. Because in books 1 to 3, we see the girls saying like a lot, and oh my gosh, like it was a lot. And I felt like the voice for Megan in book 4 was much more grounded, and I believed her more. I will say this is probably one of my favorites so far. There was a twist at the end that I was not expecting, but I'm glad that she incorporated in it. But a little bit just briefly about the premise, because I do think this one's really good. Amber Conrad is our main character here. She's a senior. This is our first senior that we've dealt with in the series. And it's her spring semester. So she's about to go to college. And she kind of gets swept up into the wrong crowd. And it's simply because there's this undercurrent, I would say an undercurrent theme, even with her drinking, is her wanting to be accepted by these people and wanting to fit in with them. Which is a whole other book as well in the series, focusing specifically on acceptance. So I'm very curious once I get to that book what that's going to look like. But here, she decides to fit in with drinking. And then as she continues to drink, she realizes that the drink, like how she feels while she's drinking, she likes herself better that way, which is how she continues to drink even more and gives into the pressure that this young lady, Claire, who is kind of like the bad influence, is putting upon her. And also, this is our first kind of Christian. She's already a Christian in this book. In book 4, Megan was someone who used to go to church but has stopped. However, in this one, we have one who's currently thriving in her youth group. Her dad is the pastor of the church. And literally, she has this kind of weak area where she gets invited to a party because she did one of the girls a favor academically, and she ends up trying out a beer, and that's how the book starts off, and then it kind of progresses from there. Let me read to you the first sentence. Hello, my name is Amber Conrad, I say in my most serious voice, and I'm an alcoholic. Yes, so the next book we have after this is Fool's Gold, Color Me Consumed. And as with each of these books, there are reader's guide questions in the back. There's normally about 10 of them, I believe. So that you're able to discuss this. If you're an adult watching this and you have teenagers, you're able to they have discussion questions for you. Or if you're a youth group leader and you have a small group of girls and you want to go through this series, you're able to ask them questions. Now, the one thing that may be a little bit like, ugh, with this book is the language. The language is a little on the old side. I mean, these books came out 2004, 2005. So there are some... and also culturally, okay. There's this one word she uses to describe being wasted called snookered, which I've never heard before. She used plastered, which I've heard and I think is pretty familiar, and like we still use that today. But snookered, I don't know where in the what that came from. But all in all, I think this is a great book to talk about like to either introduce the topic of drinking, or if you know of a child who has temptations with drinking or whatever, to talk about the topic of drinking and alcohol with your teenager. This is a very good book to do that with. And she's 18, so like I said, Amber is a senior. And she really goes through, like, I love how Melody took her through her back and forth, and she had a true wrestle with this whole drinking thing, and her longing to want to fit in with some other people, and longing to do life outside of youth group. I know that's something that I resonated with so much with this book. Myself being raised in the church, I was always like, well, what else is there in life? Because all my friends were in youth group. Like, I didn't hang out with anyone at school, but at times I was just like, man, there's got, in the words of Stacey Arico, there's got to be more to life. Like, and that's kind of what we see here is a sore spot for Amber. She's like, there must be something outside of the regular routine of going to youth group and being the pastor's daughter and all of this. So yeah, you guys, this one is my favorite so far. I'm really excited to get into Fool's Gold, Color Me Consumed, because that is something I dealt with even through college. So I'm sure that one's going to be close to my heart. And that's also a topic of, the topic of materialism is something that I'm writing through with my novel that I'm currently working on. So yeah, you guys, pick this up. This is a great read for small groups, or if you have children for your of your own. So that will conclude this installment of the Childhood Rereads Review, and I will check back in with you guys for Fool's Gold, Color Me Consumed.